In 2016, PS4 owners are looking forward to a lineup of games that has them absolutely stoked. But what are the most anticipated games? In this video, we'll be taking a look at the top 10 most anticipated PS4 games of 2016. Let's get right into this. Number 10, Doom. Doom is a game that's been in the works for a very long time. The game was initially known as Doom 4, but after issues with development and mismanagement, the game was sent completely back to the drawing board and now is known as Doom. So far, the game has come along very nicely from a visual and gameplay department. The game looks to be a very fast-paced FPS and graphically is up there with some of the best I've ever seen. Doom is the first major installment to the series in over a decade, so it'll be nice for gamers to get their hands on it when it releases on May 13th. Number 9, Persona 5. In the past, Persona has been a relatively niche JRPG series compared to the titan that is Final Fantasy. However, over the last few years with lackluster Final Fantasy games and the release of the stellar Persona 4 Golden on PS Vita, it seems like the Persona series has become more known. Now with Persona 5, Atlus has a chance to solidify that it is the best JRPG series available. Persona 5 follows a transfer student and his life in school and exploring the Palace. The Palace represents what's your typical JRPG dungeon crawling component of the game, and life in school is more of a diversion, which has always created diversity in the Persona games, which is nice. Persona 5 was expected to release in 2015, however a delay has pushed the game back to sometime this year.
ペルソナとは外の事物と向き合う時に現れ入れて心をよろういわば仮面だ。
Number 8, Dark Souls 3. Who could have thought that in 2009 From Software would begin one of the most successful video game series ever? But that's exactly what happened with Demon Souls and onwards into Dark Souls. Dark Souls 3 will follow the gameplay design similarly to previous games, and at this point that's a good thing since why fix something that isn't broken? Combat and movement has been made a bit faster, movements such as backstepping and swinging heavy weapons can be done more rapidly, and the game will have more of a focus on the RPG elements as the character builder is expanded by quite a bit. Dark Souls 3 releases on April 12th. Number 7, No Man's Sky. No Man's Sky is another game that's been in development for a very long time. The game was first announced at the end of 2013, shortly after the release of the PlayStation 4. Since then, the game has seen numerous delays, but now the game seems close. If you don't know what No Man's Sky is, the game is an open universe sandbox in where you play as an explorer, going from planet to planet in an attempt to reach the center of the galaxy. You'll have to find better gear, upgrade your ship, etc. These planets are procedurally generated, so there will be a near endless amount of content. Virtual reality has also been speculated, but that's still a rumor, so take it with a grain of salt. No Man's Sky is set to release in June.
That's it over there, behind that rock. And this is the planet that we've just found. This is an alien world that we found together. This is planet.
Number 6, For Honor. For Honor is one of Ubisoft's most interesting games in a very long time. It's a multiplayer-focused hack-and-slash game where players assume the role of historical soldiers such as medieval knights, samurais, and Vikings. Possibly the most captivating component of For Honor is the tactical combat system known as the Art of Battle. Ubisoft is touting that this system will allow players to really feel the weight of the weapon as they are battling. For a while, we weren't sure if a single-player mode would also be included, but fear not, Ubisoft has confirmed one will be included in the final version of the game. We still don't have an exact release date for For Honor, but hopefully the game arrives before year's end.
Isn't this the one?
Oh, no. Yeah, I remember this fight. It was a pretty good...
Number 5, Deus Ex Mankind Divided. Deus Ex Human Revolution was one of last generation's best RPGs, and now Eidos Montreal is back with the sequel, Mankind Divided. The game is set 2 years after Human Revolution, and you will once again play as Adam Jensen, this time with new technology and new body augmentations. Adam must work with an international coalition to stop terrorist attacks that demand equality for those that are augmented, as well as shady interests behind those who control his organization. Gameplay will be similar to the first game in that the player will be able to tackle any objective in numerous ways. Deus Ex Mankind Divided releases on August 23rd.
We've added in Adam's arsenal.
Number 4, Mass Effect Andromeda. BioWare is one of the most respected developers in the industry for their work in some of the best RPGs of all time. Baldur's Gate, Dragon Age, but none resonate as much with fans as Mass Effect. After the original Mass Effect trilogy ended on somewhat of a sour note, you know that BioWare wants to deliver one of the best games possible with Mass Effect Andromeda. And it's amazing that anticipation is so high. As of recording this video, all we've seen is a CGI trailer and people are still absolutely stoked for the game, and rightfully so. We do know that the game will run on the Frostbite 3 engine, and the game takes place long after the events of the first 3 games in the Andromeda galaxy. Mass Effect Andromeda doesn't have an exact release date yet, but we hope it comes by the end of the year. Number 3, Horizon Zero Dawn. Guerrilla Games is one of Sony's ace studios, but typically they work on the first-person shooter series Killzone. Not this time, they're working on one of the most promising new IPs in a very long time, Horizon Zero Dawn. It's a post-apocalyptic game with mech-like dinosaurs. Yeah, it's a very interesting concept to say the least. And the game looks great. The gameplay looks interesting and diverse, and visually it looks phenomenal. The game follows Aloy, a girl that has to fight and loot the creatures in the world in order to protect her tribe. Horizon Zero Dawn looks to be one of PlayStation 4's most promising exclusives. It releases sometime this year.
Oh, someone's angry! Gotta get under it.
Number 2, Final Fantasy 15. If you want to talk about games that have been in development for a very long time, no one does development hell like Square Enix and Final Fantasy 15. The game is approaching a decade in development, but 2016 looks to be the year that we will finally be able to play it. Final Fantasy 15 is the latest in Square Enix's beloved, but at the same time inconsistent franchise. This game is raising the bar for JRPGs with its ridiculous visuals, gigantic and vibrant world. Final Fantasy 15 is trying to do a lot that almost makes the long development understandable. It's been a long time, but Square Enix has confirmed FF15 for a 2016 release. Let's just hope for no more delays.
You're on fire today. Go. Stay down.
Number 1, Uncharted 4: A Thief's End. Naughty Dog has become synonymous with providing some of PlayStation's best games ever. Jak and Daxter, The Last of Us, but possibly the most beloved of them all, Uncharted. And with Uncharted 4, Naughty Dog is ending the story of one of the greatest video game characters ever in Nathan Drake. A Thief's End is set several years after Drake's deception. Drake is now a retired fortune hunter, but obviously that doesn't last long, as his brother suddenly reappears asking Drake for his help. Together they embark on a global journey in pursuit of a conspiracy behind a long-lost pirate colony. Naughty Dog has touted the game to be Drake's greatest adventure yet, testing his physical limits, his resolve, and what he's willing to sacrifice to save the ones he loves. And don't forget, Uncharted 4 will also have a multiplayer mode, which is often forgotten, but it's actually pretty good judging by the beta. Uncharted 4 releases on April 26th.
I hate this truck! Hang on, Nathan!
That wraps up our countdown of the top 10 most anticipated PS4 games of 2016. What do you think? What games are you anticipating the most? Let us know in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.